Of the final things we did was watch one of your YouTube videos. Your videos remind me of good memories. She passed away yesterday and you helped me cope. Just wanted to say thank you so much. You help more than you'll ever know.
Joe Bart. He started in around 2020, his streaming career, and recently he's been in a lot of internet drama, a lot of just stuff over the past 2 months, and it seems like everybody has switched up on him and is now hating on him. I'm gonna go over everything like in a timeline order from like start to finish, starting first with a clip where he was talking about systemic racism, and then we're gonna go from there.
Commit more crimes than white people on a personality basis. If you're going to say statistically they do, that is only because of impoverished areas in the lives that they've been given because of the implications that have been put on them through, what is it called? Systemic racism. They've been given a shit hand and therefore live in that shit hand and are more likely to commit crimes if they're impoverished, living in areas where they have to survive. If you were to take a group of people and put them in an impoverished area, they're likely to commit more crimes because they have not been helped in the way that they need to be. But if you meet a black guy on the street and you say to his face, he's more likely to commit a crime than you're fucking racist. Yes, whatever statistical fact you're going to throw is clouded by the idiocy of yourself to not recognize why that fact is in existence.
Okay, so Joe Bart says this, and let's just say the reaction towards it was surprisingly not agreeing with him. I'm just gonna play a quick clip of Asmongold reacting to it, and then I'll explain some more about it.
Basis. If you're going to say statistically they do, that is only because of impoverished areas in the lives that they've been given because of the implications that have been put on them through systemic racism. They've been given a shit hand and therefore live in that shit hand.
That's right. They've been given a shit hand, so they steal makeup from CVS. The reality is that when people do something bad, it's not because of the government. It's not because of some historical reason. It's because they chose to do that bad.
Along with this, another Rumble streamer, Tectone, he would also make a video pretty much calling Joe Bart an idiot the entire time. And this was the main controversy that happened. This was like the first thing that was beginning to get him a lot of hate. Of course, there was a ton of people defending him, but at the same time, there was just as many attackers. But now, anyways, we're gonna move into July, which has the most
objectivity of morality.
Many religions do this. You broadcast your religion as the universal objective morals that humans have to live. Was that I think that morality is individually objective, right? It is true to you, but it is universally subjective. What I believe is going to be drastically different from what you believe.
Now here's Joe Bart talking about how heckin' bad racism is.
You meet a black guy on the street and you say to his face, he's more likely to commit a crime than you're fucking racist.
So in Joe Bart's fundamental philosophy for why he doesn't believe in religion, he says it's because morality is subjective, but it is personally objective. But he also believes that racism is bad, and we just all have to accept that racism is the most bad thing in the world. So Joe Bart, what if my morality differs from you, and I think that racism is good? And he won't be able to give me any objective reason to why racism is bad. It is internally self-refuting. So despite him having a major in philosophy, he literally doesn't realize that his entire ideology, politically and morally, is completely bogus.
Okay, so Postman makes an argument about how Joe Bart is wrong and how his philosophy was incorrect. The clip that he's referencing about Christianity, that was before May. That was like a while back. And then Joe Bart ended up responding in Postman's comments, and then after that, like a day later, he got banned. But that's not the end of it, as more and more Joe Bart hate would start to come after this. Okay, so everyone begins to switch up on Joe Bart now. This is like from July 9th till now, I'd say. Like TikTok ranters are switching up on him. Like everybody is pretty much, like, especially for his philosophy. People make fun of the fact that his fans look at him as a philosophical person when Joe Bart himself stated that he only did intro to philosophy, and now his haters are like saying that it's stupid to listen to him when it comes to philosophy because they're all like base like fence line takes. And anyways, I'm gonna go into one big detail that makes his haters go bonkers and his fans also go bonkers. If you're wondering what that is, it's that Brooke and Joe Bart, that's Joe Bart's girlfriend, they broke up. Now, I'm not gonna go into the specifics of their relationship because I just don't want to do that, and I'm not gonna be like a weirdo. But anyways, pretty much, Joe Bart's fans, they're going like bonkers. Not all of them, but a good majority of them are going bonkers, mainly because of the fact that Brooke hurt Joe Bart's feelings, and now they all hate Brooke. And Joe Bart, he said on his stream to not hate her, and well, his fans are just not really listening to him at all. As I'm pretty sure she had to turn off part of her comments because of the amount of hate she was receiving. And now a lot of his haters, especially those who lean right on the political spectrum, they're all saying now Joe Bart can finally express his true political opinions because they think that Brooke was holding Joe Bart back. And yeah, that's pretty much all the drama that's happened with him. Those are all of the reactions and stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna go into just a quick personal opinion from me now. Okay, so what's my personal opinion on the Joe Bart thing? I'm not gonna go into detail that much. I'd never watched Joe Bart ever. So looking into this stuff, it's pretty hard to find what happened. And well, what do I think about it? I think that people probably shouldn't be they should probably listen to him to just stop shitting on Brooke. And they should also not care about another person's relationship that much. If you're literally gonna go into her comments or whatever and say and harass her, that's not cool. And to all the people who hate him, who are like yes, finally. I mean, you can hate whoever you want, I guess, but it's kind of just a scummy thing to do, to post about someone's relationship and then be like, yes, they broke up with her. How do you think Joe would feel if he saw that? I think that's just you got to take other people's perspective into things. I'm defending Joe on that. People shouldn't be making hate videos saying yes, finally. That's just stupid. But anyways, that's my opinion. If I forgot to include stuff about all the drama, then yeah. But overall, I just think his fan base are some of the worst. They just make him they set him up to a really high standard, and I think that's what destroys him. And now all of them going after his former girlfriend for just breaking up with him. Yeah, it's pretty weird. They should just probably stick to themselves and just move on. But anyways, that's it. See ya.